This past Tuesday, we celebrated Independence Day, the birth of our nation. And as we celebrate birthdays, we commonly think of ice cream and cake and children celebrating each other's birthday. And we marvel how they take such joy in such simple pleasures, being happy for one another, and taking such delight in consuming all that ice cream and cake. And we could very easily dismiss them as being simpletons or people who are easily amused. But on the other hand, we could give them credit for looking at that cake and ice cream and seeing it as symbols, as signs of their parents' love, symbols and signs of their parents' thoughtfulness. They have awe and wonder built in to just about everything they encounter in life. And with adults, not so much the case as we grow older, huh? We look at things and tend to dismiss them as being ordinary. Perhaps we don't want to take the time and energy to see something more deeply. But probably more often that we are so used to symbols, to seeing them, that they have lost their meaning for us personally because of the frequency we encounter them. And dare I say, that's a danger of being part of our church, as taking our symbols for granted to the degree that they start lose meaning for us. Symbols such as stained glass windows, symbols such as statues and paintings, making the sign of the cross, holy water, incense. Each of these Holy Mother Church has designed to take something ordinary and point to something more extraordinary. These combined with the celebration of Mass, with the celebration of sacraments, help us to take what seems mundane here on earth and point to an extraordinary reality, the divine, the holy. Jesus is telling us today to recapture that awe and wonder the little ones have, the delight they take in the ordinary, the ability the little ones have to have awe and wonder at all that's placed in their lives. For Jesus calls us to recognize his presence among us, not only in extraordinary circumstances, which are usually few and far in between, but rather the ordinary circumstances of daily life. Some of you might be saying, well, Father, that's a pretty simple message and doesn't account for the reality life is able to throw at us at times. But we have to remember what Jesus says at the end of the gospel. Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are burdened, and I will give you rest. Take your yoke upon me, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Jesus recognizes the trials and tribulations that we face in life and asks us to view them as opportunities not to ask him to take them away, but ask him to join us as we carry them. For it is then we are able to grow in a relationship with Jesus as we share that burden, that weight together. For it is through prayer, as well as the external signs Holy Mother Church gives us, that we find Jesus to give us that comfort and consolation in the celebration of the Mass, in the celebration of the sacraments, in the signs Holy Mother Church surrounds us with in order to give us a sense of God's presence and the comfort and consolation that indeed come with it. So as we hear Jesus say he thanks God for the little ones, let us keep in mind their sense of awe, their sense of wonder, and how we are called to recapture that in ordinary ways, Holy Mother Church gives us to encounter every single day. So we don't put our lives on hold waiting for God in extraordinary moments, but encounter him routinely and daily in the ordinary.